from the lighter side of pest control. This is Tales from the Crawl Space with your hosts, Jack and Nick.
Hello and welcome to the Tales from the Crawl Space podcast. I am Nick, joined by Jack, Pennsylvania's #1 pest control technician.
You're damn Skippy, man. Don't forget it. Don't you forget it. Yeah. How are you?
I'm a little sore right now, I'll be honest. I just actually had my vaccine yesterday. The Dura vaccine.
Oh, nice. So, how you feeling? Any after effects? You doing okay?
I'm doing fine. My arm has been very sore, especially yesterday. Didn't sleep too good last night. Took a 2-hour nap today, but other than that, I've been fine. Drank the Red Bull earlier, so that boosted me up to be able to get shit done today. But yeah, other than that, I'm perfectly fine. So hurt a little bit, but about a month from now, I'll get my second dose.
Okay, you don't think was that sleeping thing you think connected to the vaccine or no?
It could have been connected to the vaccine. It also could have been connected to, the fact that I just had a long work week, the pollen outside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, it makes people sleepy. It makes you sore.
Yeah.
It could have those number of effects on you, but as far as I can tell, it's safe and it's working fine on me.
Well, and that's good. Like, I think that especially if you're working, say, low-income housing where people don't have as readily have access to healthcare and things like that, I mean, there's a distinct possibility that your exposure could be higher than most. So I think it's a good idea you got it. I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad you're not having any ill effects afterwards. That's good. Me too.
And, this is not us saying you have to go get the vaccine. We understand if you guys are not wanting to do it, but this is, if you're thinking about it, one of your hosts on here, he's gotten it. He's fine. I haven't grown my second arm yet, or my third arm. I have 2 arms.
Yeah. We're not advocating or talking against it. It's personal choice, but if you're going to get it, especially in this business, and if you're for getting it, it's good. If not, that's cool too.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, we're doing this episode about things you bring in your truck, and we actually, for the first time ever, Jack, had a voicemail.
Oh, yes, we did. It's about 1 minute and 1 second long, so I'm going to get it running here. And
right, let me know when you do it, because I want to play it at the same time, because I don't think I can hear it in your end. So
okay, yeah, because when I'm loaded up on my little soundboard here, you can't hear it the way we record. So. All right, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
Hey, old guys, this is Steve Bandino doing pest control out of northern Georgia, calling into the Tales from the Crawl Space podcast with little ass Nick and a fucking with you guy, Jack. And jack me off. Anyway, this is calling about the stuff you want to make sure you got in your truck at all times. I do a lot of cockroach jobs out in Georgia. Subsidized stuff, right? Government jobs. Let me tell you, it's a sea of cockroaches. Got to have duct tape, cover my pee hole so they don't crawl up. But seriously, got to have toilet paper. Got to have the ear pods. I mean, you can't be listening to these jabronis when you're trying to do your job. You know what I'm saying? You got work to do. Let's get on with it. You got places to be. That's pretty much it. I mean, I got my sprayer too. A little sugar water every now and again, but that's just how we do it. We got to keep our jobs. And if there's no bugs, we ain't got work. I'm a lonely guy, guys. All right, have a good one.
Well, he said he was a lonely guy, and probably because he puts duct tape on his pee hole. I would think that kind of makes dates a bit awkward.
I think it would. That voice sounds a little familiar. I don't know if that is a Steve, but thank you anyway, Steve, for sending that voicemail. We really appreciate it. We really hope we're going to hear from you next week for our next episode.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If anybody else wants to leave us voicemails, perfect opportunity, and I hope we get the mating call afterwards. But kind of want to hear that phone number for encourage people to leave more messages about their pee hole being covered in duct tape.
Hello, Brad. You don't have to cover your dick hole with duct tape from me. I like that icing. Anyways, that phone number is 864-810-1216. I love you, Brad.
Where's the mating call? Oh, yeah. See, he likes to raw dog it. He don't want no duct tape on it. He wants to raw dog it.
No, I want it dry and raw. Exactly.
He likes his Brad Harvey. He likes his ground beef dry and raw. Oh, that's awesome. I'm crying now from laughing so hard.
I'm about to too.
All right. So yeah, I think your subject for this show got a good response off of Facebook, man.
It really did. It really did. So yeah, the theme was, what do you carry in your truck? Tips and tricks, kind of the essentials to have in your work vehicle. Because we all need it. You have something or you don't have something. You're like, man, I am going to shit myself. Should have brought toilet paper. He's a contract bucket. Big talk.
Mm-hmm. I've got a small. It's like a quarter pail. That's the small ones that track and powder come in. That's a pee bucket on the back of the truck because I take diabetes medicine and sometimes my body doesn't give me any warning when I have to pee and there's no getting to a bathroom, so I'll pull over somewhere shady and secret and do that. But I got to tell you, my primary list of everything that goes on my truck every time is BC powders because when you're hurting or you got a headache or whatever, this stuff kicks in like in 5 minutes. So you're not like trying to struggle through, leaning over to check stations and stuff and your head's just pounded. BC powders, Pepto tablets, not the liquid because the bottle's bulky. You can just chew the tablets up whenever. I always keep a gallon of water on the truck. Toilet paper, paper towels, nail clippers. Because like when you're digging around and you rip part of your fingernail off and it's like snagging on your gloves and your nitrile gloves and stuff. Always keep those. I know I have a adjustable wrench and a pair of pliers because sometimes your B&G is going to take a shit on you in the middle of the day. And extra check valves for your B&G. A little tube of lithium grease for your plunger in your B&G. Like I said, none of this is chemical. This is just stuff that gets you through the day. And sometimes you don't need it for months at a time. Then you have that one fucking week when everything goes to shit on you all at once. But the most important thing. Oh, and for me, since I wear glasses, I keep eyeglass wipes because I'm husky and I generate my own heat. And because of that, I sweat like a whore in church during the summer. So I go through paper towels quickly and eyeglass wipes because I get sweat all over my glasses. Oh, and on top of that, I keep a bottle of Brute because halfway through a summer day, you start smelling like a locker room. And you don't want to go into a customer's house smelling like Padussy. So I'll splash a little of that on, so at least I'm halfway presentable when I get to someone's house. But those are my basics that go with me in every truck. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but those are the primary ones.
One of my big ones, and if you don't already do it, Jack, you need to do it. Anybody listening, baby wipes. Baby wipes are great. When you have that, you just, the complete Hershey squirts, or
Swass.
You get dirty or sweaty, you spill your Coca-Cola all over you, something like that. Baby wipes are fucking essential, and I'm so glad. Like, I carry that and toilet paper, most of the time paper towels, because, you can use it as dual purpose. But
yeah, in the summer, if you get a case of Swass, you definitely need some wet wipes. And Swass, for those of you who don't know, is swamp ass. So if you get Swass, I always say I'm having assues instead of issues. I'm having assues.
Yeah, no, that is a good one right there. A multi-tool.
Oh yeah,
I'm kind of talking about a pair of pliers. I always just have a multi-tool on me, which usually with my B&G, if I need to do something on it, that will work. Or need a pair of pliers to get into something. Need a knife. Need a screwdriver. I have one of those old bait stations I can't get into. Use a file on there, pop it open like that.
Oh, yeah.
Pocket knife, always useful. You don't know when you're having to deal with crackheads or something like that, or you got to stab some mice. You never know. Yeah. What did the mice sound like?
It's almost like a mating call, but I can't do it near as good as you can. So
It's like turtles having sex. Yeah.
that's creepy as shit.
You said BC headache powder, which I usually have ibuprofen with me, but I'll probably end up getting BC headache powder because that sounds like it works better. But always some like sinus medicine or a pollen, allergy medication, something like that. It's always great to have on you. A fuck ton of extra pins.
Oh yeah. That goes without saying. I don't really carry allergy medicine though, because I don't really have that bad of allergies. But yeah, man, I'll tell you, I'll make a believer out of you with BC powders, man. Like I said, 5 minutes and it works, and it's got a little cap in it, so you get a little bump while you're at it.
Well, I usually just do the. It's usually like when I have a cold, when I'm out working, or I just feel like crap, and you take some of that stuff, and you're like, all right, I feel fucking great now. I'm fucking good. I can fucking do it now.
It's like someone threw a handful of Coke in your face.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. A protein bar or some type of snack in your truck when you just don't have time to stop, where you forgot your wallet and your lunch. Having something like that can get you through the day when you have to have, you need that little energy boost.
For me, that's pizzeria flavored combos. I don't know why, but it's pizzeria flavored combos for me. I've
Cracker
always got
or
a bag of those. The pretzel ones.
I thought I liked you, Jack, but
Hey.
Maybe it's because I'm a cracker. I don't know, but I fucking love the pizzeria cracker combos. That and a Barks root beer.
Oh, yeah.
When me and my dad used to go to a NASCAR race up in Darlington, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I had. It's fucking great. So. All right, well, let's go ahead and read some of these customers. This is the Pest Control Humor Depot, ran by Brad Harvey.
Oh, Brad.
All right. Robert A.A., as always, writes in and says, gloves, flashlights, crawl space suit, and a small knife. A flashlight is always a great one. It's always good to have one in your phone, but having a little more powerful one when you're down in the crawl space, you're looking for mice dropping, something like that, that's great.
I got a stream light. I didn't buy it because they're fucking expensive, but I have a stream light.
Okay. I have one, I think it's made by Anker, or Anker, or however you pronounce it, Anker.
Mm-hmm.
I got it off of Amazon, and it's a rechargeable one. And I always keep it in my truck and always have a car charger, and that's what someone wrote in. Robert T. Charger, gloves, knives, flashlight, lots of pens, extra tickets. So, yeah, having a charger for your phone, always great, but I always have a charger for that flashlight right there. So.
Oh, speaking of flashlights, I found out at Harbor Freight, they have... Did you have a Harbor Freight down near you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got one.
They have UV flashlights for like finding rodent urine and stuff for $6 at Harbor Freight.
I'm about to make me a trip over to Harbor Freight tomorrow or some point this week.
Those ultraviolet flashlights actually do work. Especially they have that Lumitrack. Some of those bait blocks have Lumitrack in them. Mm-hmm. So if you bring out that UV light, man, you can see it looks like a Jackson Pollock painting. Just do yourself a favor and don't take it with you to a hotel room, or you'll never lay down on the bed.
No. No, never do it. I'm just going to call him Doctor Who because of his name, and I think it's kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
Socks, extra uniform, paper towels, sanitizer, toilet paper. Yeah, I haven't actually done the extra uniform, but after reading this, I actually have one ready to go in my truck tomorrow. So,
yeah, I've got one extra set behind the seat of my truck. I haven't needed it, but I have it.
Yeah, and I have that, and now I actually just got a new pair of boots, Keen boots. I have not worn them completely yet. I've kind of just tried them on. They came in Friday. Super fucking comfy though, from what I can tell. So I'm going to kind of be reviewing them over the podcast, just to let y'all know how they're working. Kind of looking forward to them. So we might have Keen Boots sponsors instead of Red Wing boots.
Oh yeah. I gotcha. Red Wings though. Come on, don't be dissing the Red Wings.
I mean, I can't, but Red Wings, haven't tried it yet, but
It's like getting a gum job from the lady with the federally funded titties.
Oh yeah. Still haven't seen her again. Hopefully I won't. Jack S.
Oh yes, he sure did. That handsome devil him.
We might be talking about a different person. BC headache powder, paper towels, toilet paper, eyeglass wipes, and Tic Tacs, cologne, and a knife. What you using these Tic Tacs for?
Because when you get all nasty, hot, and sweaty, and you're get that crud in your mouth. I don't like having to if I'm gonna throw the stones to some chick at her house when I'm giving her the long rod service. I don't want my breath to stink.
Okay, I understand.
For those up close and personal services, I got to tell you, right above that one, Josu M had a good one, and they have these at Harbor Freight as well. Portable switch lights for the back when you work at night. You ever seen those little things that looks like a switch and you hit it and the whole thing lights up and they're battery operated?
Yeah. We actually, I know what you're talking about.
That's a good idea. Now, my new truck, it's got lights built in, but I've had a lot of trucks that don't. And that thing, but they're only like $4, man, and they'll light the whole back of your truck up. So Josu M, you're going to get the applause thing for that one. So here we go. Applause, 12 seconds long. Josu M. Yay. That's thinking outside but inside the truck box. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yay. Okay, I got to use that button, so I'm happy.
All right. Brad Harvey wrote in.
Oh, Brad Harvey.
He said mints, an extra pair of shoes, which actually I'm about to do that now. I have these new pair of shoes. I'm going to keep my old ones in the truck with me. Especially for those nasty days, I'd rather use those than the new ones that I got, because the new ones I just got are like $165. So rather not fuck them up too royally just yet. $3 in coins. I don't know what he's doing with those coins, toll booths, paying parking meters, throwing them at homeless people.
Gas station condoms, the gas station condom machine.
Duct tape.
For his penis.
40. Okay. Spare sunglasses, which I need to get a new pair of sunglasses for my truck of the summer coming up. Yeah. Wet wipes, an old towel for humid weather. So I guess he wipes his sexy body down with that.
I do like those cooling towels, the ones that you can shake them in the air for a second and put them back around your neck and they cool you off.
Yeah, I'm about to pick one of those up for
They're pretty good.
The weather's getting a little warmer. Yeah. Nick H wrote in, which is kind of funny because those are my initials. That sounds like my name.
But this guy's actually handsome on his, and so no, it's not you.
Oh. Is he?
I can't.
Maybe he knows. Maybe knows Steven.
Steven.
Nick H. Butt wipes, cooler, Bluetooth earbuds.
Yeah.
And actually talking about a cooler makes me think, always have extra drinking water on you, especially if summer upcoming. God, please have extra drinking water on you and always keep hydrated. Don't be passing out. Be careful.
Oh, speaking of the opposite of a cooler, I have right here next to me, I got off of Amazon a lunchbox that you plug into the lighter and it would heat something up. Like if you had dinner the night before, you could just plug it in and it'll heat your dinner up.
I have one of those actually. I usually use it as a cooler, especially now. I don't usually use plastic water bottles. I usually use a refillable big old jug and I pour it into another bottle. Yeah. But I always like to keep extra on me just in case I have somebody riding with me, see someone who's homeless who's out, or if I just need the water or I want to mix it with a little Hawaiian punch pack.
Yeah. I like the strawberry watermelon Mio. Those stuff you can squeeze in your water, the little Mio flavors. I'll get a gallon and put a little, not the full dose of it, but lightly flavor it with the strawberry watermelon Mio because sometimes just water ain't cutting it.
That's what the Hawaiian punch I usually do, maybe half of it in there and just kind of, just have that little extra, get that little extra energy you may need in between a stop.
Yeah.
Troy F. wrote in something kind of interesting. Pillow, blanket, earplugs with windshield cover for long breaks between stops. This man's just sleeping on the job.
Yeah, hey, I've had 2 or 3 customers cancel but then you have a promise stop, and they're not going to be home until a certain time. So you're just sitting there, and yeah, I'll pick a shady spot and just nap. I have one of those neck pillows. Those little U-shaped neck pillows. You can just sit back and without getting a crick in your neck from leaning over too far. Yeah. They work pretty good.
All right, Grant D wrote in, container of water, empty Gatorade bottle, Bluetooth earbuds. I'm set for today. Yeah, Gatorade bottles, always great to have, something to urinate in. And then you can throw it at like another pest control company you see when they're driving by, just taking it right at them.
Mm-hmm. I think our next one is a pyromaniac, but it's just me. Go ahead. Next one.
I was wondering about this one too. Mike D, 6 extra lighters, matches, headphones, fidget cube, toy thing, sanitizer, instant water soap. Why the hell do you need 6 extra lighters?
And matches. The fuck are you doing? Mike, what are you doing? I mean, is it? I know some houses are so disgusting that you'd rather burn them down than have to try to treat them, but you don't really have to do that.
No, you don't have to do that. And you can. How many cigarettes are you going through?
God
if
damn.
You need that many lighters.
That dude's smoking an entire carton in a day if you need to get blown through that many lighters.
Yeah.
We're just picking on you, Mike D. You got a cool name just like the Beastie Boys. We're just picking on you.
Sunscreen for us bald guys, said Daniel V. Chargers, pens, extra flashlights, Sharpies, potable drinking water.
Yeah.
Sunscreen is not only for you bald guys. I still need it sometimes, even though I usually tan. Not having that sunscreen on me is usually when I get sun sick. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, and I agree with the Chargers too. But yeah. I tan, like dark tan, so I usually don't sunscreen, but if I'm doing like a termite job, I'm going to spend the majority of the day out in the sun. I will. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm out trenching and treating, I will definitely get some sunscreen on.
Yeah.
On the back of my neck especially.
Mm-hmm. Kenneth W. wrote in, shit stomper, extra phone cords, balling wire, zip ties, and a spare comb.
Yeah. Shit stopper, like Imodium or a cork.
Imagination is a beautiful thing.
Now, baling wire and zip ties. Are you like picking up kids getting off the school bus, or what are you doing?
I carry zip ties on me.
Freak.
You don't know when you need a zip tie, okay? Like you have to do those redneck rigging sometimes.
Yeah.
I've had to do that to fix my BNG before.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Gorilla Tape, as opposed to the hairspray of the Gorilla Spray, Gorilla Tape is good for temporarily sealing up leaks in your BNG because it holds better than duct tape. Because duct tape, once you get water on the sticky part, it'll start going on you. But Gorilla stuff, as we've learned by that lady's hair, is permanent.
Yeah, no, it will not come out.
I wonder if they had to chip that shit off her head yet.
They did. A doctor took care of it, but she was asking for money and stuff like that, and I'm like, you are a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you don't get paid for being stupid. That's not how that works.
No, and she wanted to sue Gorilla, and
good luck with that.
It's Darwin Award of the Year. I mean,
oh yeah. We have a dissertation on shit you keep on your truck by Justin W. Damn.
Is it Justin W?
Yeah, Justin W. It's a long one.
You want to read that one?
Yeah, I'll read it. I have a charging car mount for my phone because I use it for GPS and for jams and whatnot. Plus, it's super convenient and hands-free to take calls while you're driving if it's hooked up to a Bluetooth adapter for the radio. Other than that, service tickets, first aid kit, lunchbox for drinks and food, polarized sunglasses, post-its, pens, crawl suit, flashlight, TP paper towels, sanitizer, ibuprofen, lint roller if your boss makes you wear a uniform with black pants like mine, shoes to change out of your work boots for big commercial jobs, spare uniform, underwear couldn't hurt if you work in really rural areas. I don't. Does being around trees make you shit? Because I just go up behind a tree and shit. Bottles of pet Precor to spray on your pants before you go for a flea job. That's the truth. You from the knees down with Precor aerosol. Mask, gloves, visor for some accounts, safety glasses for certain factories. Yeah, I agree with all of that except for the rural part making you poop. Do you shit your pants going through the woods? Are you scared of the woods? What is it?
It might be when you hear banjos and someone says you got a pretty mouth and they just tear your underwear off. And
you would totally need a second pair after you use your wet wipes and sanitizer. And then
you don't know what could happen to those underwear after they're done with you. So
that's true. So you definitely need a spare, because Mama always said, make sure you have a clean pair of underwear with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something funny. I was over at my grandparents' house and going through some of the vinyl they have. Some of it's like my uncle's, some of it's my grandparents, some of it's my dad's. Mm-hmm. And I actually found one for that movie. Now the movie name just blanked out on me. Deliverance, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I actually have that movie soundtrack on vinyl for some fucking reason. I don't know.
And I want you to get down on your knees and pray real good. Boy, you got a purty mouth. I'm going to make you squeal. Whee!
I've actually never seen that movie, and I'd really need to.
Yeah, you do. It's disturbing, but you need to see it.
That's okay. I found a dead body. I've worked in pest control. I talk to you every week. So
yeah, Pat. You'll be all right. You're good then.
Yeah. Michael C. wrote in, said a survival hatchet. What fucking pest are you going up against?
Yeah, murder hornets.
I don't know if it's that or if it's like that book/movie Hatchet, where the boy's out in the woods, and I don't know. I don't know where the fuck you're out at. 2 flashlights, 50 pins. Not 51 pins, not Jesus 49
Christ.
pins.
Oddly specific.
Pins.
Oddly specific.
And if he loses one going out the window, he's got to pull over to a gas station
and buy
Home
another
Depot.
fucking pen.
Business cards, which, yes, actually business cards are always good to have on you.
Yeah, definitely.
And always carry them in your wallet. You don't never know. I walk into a business place and they got all the business cards set out there. I'm like, okay, put them right here. Field tickets, prep sheets, like flea, roaches, bed bugs. Yeah, those are always great to have.
Those are the most unread pieces of paper you'll ever carry in your truck, because you give them to people and they're never prepped by the time you get there. But no, when you go back to business cards, I always put them in them fish bowls at the restaurants where you can possibly get a free lunch out of it.
I've not been across that yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of some restaurants have like the fishbowl thing. You just drop your card in and like they draw one a week and see if you get a free meal out of it.
I would love a free meal. I like to eat. Extra water bottles, tire pressure gauge, gloves, instant soap and water, 2 phones, personal and company, and a GPS. We're fucking fancy with 2 phones, company, and
a tire pressure gauge. And a tire pressure gauge.
Yeah, tire pressure gauge.
Oh, someone's thinking along my lines down here. Daniel B is so piss jug.
Yeah, piss jug. That's what I need to end up getting. Is I've got a friend whose dad who he sells the power poles. So whenever like a hurricane hits, he goes down there and selling the county, the city, whatever, the big old power poles.
Yeah.
And what he does is he's got one of those little piss jugs from like a hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And I really want to get one of those because that would be fucking great to have, especially when you can't get up or you're like in a city and you got to go.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't get out and piss. You got to piss in the truck.
I keep that little bucket in the back of the truck and I just kind of open the doors, stand up in the truck, pull the doors to me. So I'm like blocked on all sides and just, make my bladder gladder.
Yeah. No, I think I did that one. Did you have any?
Matthew V said gum, knife, towel, water, headphones. He had that in all capitals. Wipes, quarters, charger, sunscreen in the summer. Yeah. That's a good one.
Now, I always have Bluetooth headphones on me, especially like sometimes I won't even listen to music. I just have them in just in case office calls me, boss man calls me, and I'm doing something. I want to talk to him at the same time.
I get my most use out of headphones when I'm doing exterior rodent control on large commercial accounts.
Yeah.
I just grab my bait bucket with my little trash bag in it, and just play some music and get them all done. Just makes it go by a little quicker.
With most of my commercial stops, I usually have headphones in, especially like those gas stations you do. Or you guys have any issues? No, okay, and just go around, do my spray. The bait stations outside if I have them, all of that, and just kind of my brain just kind of go into muscle memory mode.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, Dominic. I misread his name. Dominic W. Replacements and/or tools for field maintenance, phone charger and mount. Water, snacks of the good for you but tasty kind.
Like trail mix and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you were saying. Flashlight, headlamp, lots of batteries, PPE, including spare clothes, seat cover that blows air from the floorboards on your back, and Shirley's sweaty ass. Okay.
Dominic, I want you to reply to your own post on that and give me a link, Amazon link, or a picture of the seat cover thing that blows air. I want to know what that is, and I want one of those. So, yeah, Dominic, please, picture or Amazon link would be awesome.
I think he's just blowing air up our ass with that. I don't think it exists.
You can get one of those taxi drivers' beaded car seats. They're not too bad for keeping the sweat off of you.
Is that what those are for?
Yes, beaded car seats. It lets the air move behind you.
I always just thought that was some type of cultural thing.
Oh, racially profiling someone based on their seat cover.
I'm not racially profiling. That's just whatever I saw in a movie. I just saw it there, and I'm like, that must be a cultural thing. I don't know.
No, it actually kind of massages your back too. So they're pretty. I mean, they're a lot more comfortable than they look, and I like how the air moves through them. They also have those ones that's kind of a plastic mesh with like a springy material on the inside that air really moves through real well. Those are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about getting a cooling vest or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, there's a guy at my work that everybody calls Iron Man because he has one of those warming vests and it has this little red light that glows on his chest when he turns it on.
That's fucking great.
Calling him Iron Man.
All right.
No, yeah, everybody's got their own stuff, and I think it also changes with the seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, when I first got with this company, we had those, like when I'm doing bait, they had those cloth knit gloves with like the rubber palms and fingers on them, like someone warm and like stuck their hand in like the rubber stuff. And those are great for colder weather. Cause I tell you, we've had some pretty chilly mornings, and nitrile gloves don't do shit for you when it's 20-some degrees out.
No, I usually use those, especially when I'm doing like bait stations or something like that, where I know, where my hands aren't going to get wet.
Right.
Just use those.
Yeah.
Did you have a couple you were going to read off? Did you do a separate post, or did you already read those off?
I didn't do a separate post. I just watched yours take on a life of its own.
Okay.
But I tell you, I've always got water. Part of being a diabetic is you're thirsty all the time. So I drink the hell out of some water.
I have overactive bladder, so I can kind of understand where you're coming from, because it's constantly just pissing and pissing and pissing. I can't fucking stop it. That's annoying as hell. Yeah,
that's for sure. And just, I had a company truck that didn't have air conditioning. Thanks, Porkin. And I went to a truck stop, and they have these fans that looks like it's the smaller coffee cans, how they're about like 5 inches in diameter, and they're about 6 to 7 inches long. It's like the body of the fan was like that, and it had like 2 sets of blades in it. Man, that stuff would blow your eyelids back off your face if you turn it on high.
Yeah, no, I have one of those in my personal truck because it doesn't have air conditioning. It's going to probably be about a year and a half before I get a newer vehicle, but that's a work in progress. That's more when I move. So,
but that little fan, man, that thing, that'll throw some air on you. Them things
it'll
are
take care of it. Yeah,
powerful, powerful.
All right. Well, I did do a post on Tales from Crawlspace Reddit.
Oh, good.
So I had I'll show you a ruin, or I'll show you ruin. My essentials include a fresh uniform, baby wipes, an inverter to charge all my electronics and tools without worry, hand sanitizer, a can of instant soap and water are standard as well.
Yeah, I got to kind of play Jenga with my inverter so I can charge my Streamlight and get my other shit stay in charge too, like my printer and everything. It's a pain in the butt.
And our favorites from Reddit, Sam Squat Shit, wrote in and said, an additional pair of boots. I typically wear water-resistant shoes unless it's a field of big weeds. Then I put on my rubber boots, a small garden hose or a gallon container. Sometimes you get to a place with a hose bib but no hose, which actually I'll probably be doing that soon because, you kind of need it sometimes. I've actually been thinking about getting a water key when I have to do apartments.
Yeah, it's a good idea. And those little, those like expandable hoses, the ones that like shrink it like really tiny and they're real flimsy, you can like ball them up and shit. Those things actually, just for filling up your tank or your B&G, they don't take up much space and they work pretty well. Yeah. And they're cheap.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably end up doing. I don't know. I might get something a little bit smaller than that, but I just need something to help me out whenever I'm, at those places that you need to do, but they don't have the thing for you to do it. You're out of water. You've had a long day.
Did you hear that, Brad? Nick needs some hose.
I need a hose. I need a big old long hose.
Boy, Brad, we just keep on nailing Brad every damn show. He's like he's our whipping post.
I nail Brad after the show too, but. Sam Spot Shit always said he always has a bifin granules in case of emergencies, such as a backpack or spray rig malfunction. That way the service can be done without having to be rescheduled. Yeah,
I carry a 20-pound bag of Delta Guard in an empty die-track bucket, so it doesn't go rolling out and make a mess. And when I fill up my little shaker, I fill it up over the bucket, so you can always, use the leave-ins in the bucket if you have to. But yeah, I carry my Delta Guard in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah. No, I usually do. Some of my chemicals always have granulars on me, though. Always. Especially for those places you can't really get to the foundation at all. You can kind of get around. You can hit around the windows and doors and all that, but you can't really hit there's so many shrubbery.
Oh, yeah.
Just hit it with a good old granular, some good old night van.
Dense shrubs all up against the house. You can't get behind them or nothing. So you just walk over top and shake it over top of it. You hear it all fall down through the shrubs onto the ground. So, yeah. Sometimes you got to do that. There's no point in trying to jam your B&G wand in the bush and think you're going to spray something.
No.
But, yeah. But, I think everybody had good, there's a lot of common themes in there. I do think Imodium's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I haven't thought about Imodium, especially I had to shit so badly on Friday. Driving around, I had to go so bad, and I just couldn't stop. I was covering for somebody else because the manager had to go take care of something, issue up in North Carolina, and so I had to drive all the way from one part of the state to another part of the state, and it was just a whole goddamn thing,
Yeah.
And it's like that sometimes. I actually did have a quick story about one of my stops I had this week.
Oh, okay.
So I went into one of those government paid for stops, going around spraying, checking on the phone, spray, pay, got everything sprayed inside, about to get the outside. Is there anything else I can do for you? Yeah, can I get about 15 of those roach motels? And without skipping a beat, I said, no, sir, I can't get you that much. I can get you a few of them. I didn't really think about – I said it kind of rudely to him. But just the way he's like, can I get 15 of those? I'm like, no fucking way can you get 15 goddamn sticky pads. No, sir. I can tell you about this place called Walmart or Dollar General or something like that where you can go get those and go get them there. But no.
Oh, that just made me think, people wanting to get free shit and everything. But something just popped in my head about something that I keep in the truck now. Installing termite stations. And last May, I think it was May 5th actually, last May, I was doing a Centricon job, and the auger they gave me wasn't for this type of work. It was the kind that you use for planting bulbs, so it was a little flimsy. Mm-hmm. And I got through all but like 2 stations before the auger bit just crapped out on me.
Yeah.
So I went to like Walmart and got one of those small, skinny hand planting trowels, you know? Mm-hmm. Like the little skinny shovels that you use for like planting stuff in your garden. I had to hand dig those last 2 stations, but using that little thing actually made it kind of easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're doing termite stations and your auger, or if you're using a drill or whatever, craps out on you, get one of them little skinny garden shovel things. Mm-hmm. I think it was last May that happened. Yeah, that'll save your butt.
One I just thought of too. One of those little grabber things that older people sometimes use to grab something.
Oh yeah,
one of those for snakes.
Yeah, that's
really
a good one.
Useful when you got to pick them up, move them around, or just something for snakes. If it's a stick, if it's like a golf club. I mean, you can go down to Goodwill, get you a golf club, and use that and pick up a snake and kind of move it around.
Beat the shit out of it.
Beat the shit out of it. Just smack it in.
Motherfucker! No, those little grabby things are fun because, man, you can get like a really nice and sling something with it. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like if you have to get the turds off of the box, like these people that like never clean up their backyard. Yeah, the turds all over the place. But, you shouldn't be putting bait stations back where dogs are anyways. But believe me, I've seen people do it.
Okay, I thought you were talking about humans' feces on a bait station.
I've seen that too in Baltimore. People go shit in the alleys all the time in Baltimore, and I guess having like a little raised platform to present your doo-doo was what they wanted to do. So they used that LP and just, put a hot sloppy ploppy right on top of it for everybody to enjoy. And so, yeah, I've had to deal with that before.
Yeah, I'll just be like, y'all need to get a new bait station. This one got screwed up. You got to pay for it.
Y'all got to throw it away. I'm not touching it. And
someone threw it out. I don't know what happened to it.
Wow, yeah. Someone charged it $20-some. Oh, I got to tell you something that annoyed the hell out of me. I had a job this past week for a storage place. Mm-hmm. And the initial was way underpriced for what we initially thought the job would require, because when I talked to the person at the local, it's like a bunch of the same business storage stuff, not a major chain, but like multiple properties. And I spoke to the one running this one property, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to want bait stations around all the buildings, and we want you to spray all around outside all the buildings. It's like 13 buildings, and each one of them are like 60 yards long. Mm-hmm. So that's fine. If you're going to give me 4 hours to do it, I'll do it. But they only gave me like 90 minutes. And on top of that, at the very least, you'd be putting one bait station at each end, and then, as skimpy as this is, 2 along each side. Now, we use the Aegis stations, the Evo stations that have the little cinder block thing below the tray, so they're self-weighted,
Is it the one that's inside the bait station, or is it the one that's glued? Okay.
And those are about, at cost, right around a ballpark of around $20 a station. Mm-hmm. So, just in materials, that would have been like $1,100. Not including time and spray chemical and stuff. And the initial was like 10% of that. So I was a little pissed. This past week was the week of jobs that I believe were underbid on the initial just to get the job. And I hate that shit. If you're a salesman, you're listening to this, if you're selling a good service, you don't have to underbid the initial, because it's going to take the tech that much more time to do the setup. You ought to make it worth everybody's time, especially if you're like me and part of your job performance review is based on your hourly production rate.
Yeah.
If you give them a 4-hour job for $100-something initial, you're killing their production rate for the hour. And you're setting a poor example. So just don't do that shit.
And then when people cancel contracts, and you go, "Why are people canceling contracts?" We're going to do the job well. Mm-hmm. We want to do the job well, so make it worth it. Us doing it well and spending that much time there.
Right. Especially if you're paid on production, a percentage of the job, and you've got a job that lasts that long for that little. You're not going to find a technician that's going to take his time on that. No. They're going to blow through that so they can get to the next job and not lose their ass on production pay for the day. So that's what I hate about the religious cult pest control companies is those kids that do door knocking, no pest control experience whatsoever. The only thing they know is what they're told in their little pre-season meetings. So they'll go around and promise all this ridiculous shit for these really low initial service prices. And then the tech has to go back behind them and undo all the bullshit the salesperson did just to, get the job done without people thinking, oh yeah, they're going to come by here once and I shouldn't ever see anything ever again. That's not how that works.
No. But no, I'm not going to make that comment. We keep religion and politics out of this.
No, that's fair enough. And I make the cult one because I'm not calling out a specific religion on the show. It's just, yeah, it's a sarcastic comment because I was a branch manager for 2 of their companies, so I know exactly what they do.
No, I know exactly which one you're talking about, but I'm just kind of I follow religion and cults a lot, so I could say some really mean things about it. So I'm like, I got to keep my mouth shut on it.
Well, I tell you, life must be really easy for people who wear magic underwear.
It must be. It must be.
I don't have magic underwear. Mine I almost want to do magic underwear. Do the fart marks just disappear? Because they're magic. Is that part of the magic?
Does it make your ass bigger? Because that's something I've noticed about those people that, go around wearing the white shirts and the black ties.
What's the name tags?
The name tags and hello, my name is Father Price. And I want to see that Broadway play so fucking bad. But does that make their ass just huge? Because I know a lot of people who are in that, and they just have the fattest fucking asses like the guys do.
That's a thick bitch. Do this magic underwear make my ass look fat?
Maybe it does. Maybe that's the secret to it.
Yeah, maybe it could be fat ass fucking. I've never made that. My only issue about the religious cult that we're speaking of, which I think everybody else knows, and I'm going to give you a hint. They do power spray, de-web, and granulation every single service. Mm-hmm. That's the business model, and they'll keep the business going for 3 years and then try to sell it to the big T. So, but faux hawks for the longest time, it was khaki shorts and faux hawks and boat shoes.
I'm just shaking my head at the boat shoe thing.
When I see a person with a faux hawk, I just want to smack that shit off the top of their head. It's like watching that guy from Ghost Adventures. First of all, they're a bunch of pussies, all of them. But that one dude's got a faux hawk like he's cool. No, you look like a cat that had the shit scared out of it. That's what you look like. So stop with the faux hawks. Yeah, and it's faux hawks, khaki shorts, and boat shoes. And yeah, so that's fucking religious cult stuff.
I remember when those came to be. I know this is going to make you feel old, and probably everybody on here really old. I was in high school when the boat shoes kind of came back really popular, and I had an off-pair brand of them, but I thought I was the coolest motherfucker walking around with those things, and they got so beat up because I just couldn't afford another pair of shoes. I just wore those all the time.
Now, I tell you, for the longest time, for bumming around the house and running to Walmart or something, my favorite pair of shoes were those cheap-ass $5 black canvas with the white sole ones that slip on you get at Walmart.
Actually, I have a green pair of those I got from Old Navy, and I love them.
Oh yeah, and when they would wear out, I'd wear them on float trips because they're light. They don't really get bogged down when they get wet, And they're canvas, so they drain pretty well, and they're good for like walking on the river floor. Because little side note, stupid thing. You ever notice they're really cheap shoes that have felt on the sole? Have you ever seen that?
No.
They have like a felt on the sole. Next time you go to like Dollar General and you look at the pair of shoes, look at the soles of them, and some of them actually have felt with rubber around the edges. The reason they do that is because the tariff on sneakers is more than the tariff on slippers. So if a certain percentage of the sole was felt, it could actually be classified as a slipper, so the tariff would be lower.
Okay. I actually think I've heard of that before.
Yeah, that's a non-pest control, complete waste of everybody's time. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. So what's next week episode going to be, Jack?
Termites. I think we're going to do termites. Now, I think, Brad, we're going to approach you sometime in the near future so we can actually get that commercial episode done. But I think I'm going to do about termites. I started in this business over 2 decades ago doing strictly termite work. And I learned from a really old school guy. And I've got some funny stories and interesting stories and all kinds of termite stuff. So I'll put a thing on Facebook about it if anybody's got any good termite job stories.
And it may be good if we want to this time to have a guest on there, because I don't have too many termite stories. I have a really good one that happened this week, but I don't have too many. So do we maybe want to have a guest?
Yeah, if someone on any one of our pages wants to have some good termite experience and wants to be a guest, either email us, call us with the phone number that Nick so lovingly expressed to Brad earlier, or TFTC Podcast on Instagram, Crawlspace Tales on Twitter, reddit.com/Tales from Crawlspace, or our Facebook page, or even on the Pest Control Humor Depot page, you can get a hold of us. If you want to be on the termite show, it'd be great to have a guest. We haven't had a live guest that actually worked out yet. We had Brad on, but we had all kinds of problems. So I think the new way we're recording will make it a lot easier for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll make it a lot better.
Good deal. So, yeah, I think we got all the social network stuff out. You read the phone number, and next week's going to be termites. So it's your show, man. You lead us out into the distance, out into the sun, if I can say it right, the sunset.
Cat got your tongue?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode. It's getting a little warmer out here in the springtime, so stay hydrated, stay cool, and go ahead and bug off.
Bye, guys. Bug off. Thanks for listening to Tales from the Crawlspace podcast. You can find us on just about every single podcast outlet there is online. So be sure to subscribe, and we'll have a new episode next week. Don't forget, you can find us on Instagram at TFTC Podcast, on Twitter at Crawlspace Tales, and you can also find us on Facebook at the Pest Control Humor Depot. See you next week.